In all your years, Joe, who's one of the guys that probably had one of the best chins in the business from the whole time you've seen the sport?
Frankie Duarte.
Wow.
Frankie Duarte. From the 80s, 70s. Yeah, first off, he was a bantamweight. He was a 118-pounder. He was tall for his weight, but his head did not fit his body. It was really, he had a head like Tex Cobb.
Wow.
You know, which was like a mastodon's head. So, you know, it was almost impossible to hurt him. It really was.
Wow.
And I think the only guy that I ever saw, and I don't think he really hurt Frankie, but he knocked him down with, I mean, it was more of a shock hook. It went about that far. It was Avila, who was really a precision puncher. You talk about technique. The guy was a genius, you know, Avila. And in their rematch, they had two fights, one in like 75, and then the rematch was called 10 years after in, I think, 85. So it was either 76 to 86, but they had the rematch at the Forum. Avila won the first one. I wasn't with Frankie then, and then in the mid-80s when I trained Frankie, they had the rematch, and it was a huge turnout at the Forum back then. And I think in the second round, Frankie got dropped with a real short left hook on the inside he didn't see coming. And, you know, went down real fast and got up real fast, but I never saw him get hurt or wobbled or stumbled around, and he had many, many tough fights with me against really quality opposition. He fought, you know, Richie Sandoval, the bantamweight champ at the time, Albert Avila. He fought Pajarito Moreno. He fought Georgie Garcia. These were all top guys at the time. And Jesus Salud as well, who was undefeated. He was 21 or 22-0, and Frankie was close to 31, and we stopped him in 10 in the in the Forum tournament, the Stroh's tournament, which Duarte won the bantamweight. You know, back then it was $50,000. It was a lot of money. But yeah, so he probably had one of the great chins of all time. But he had a freak body. He had a skinny body with the head of a mask.
Like Jack in a